Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and this is a juicy one again. There's tons of cool things. One, we're gonna get to look at Flan right off the bat. We'll take a look at this. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch without me pausing, but you should do that after the video. And then a ton of quality of life stuff. Some of the best changes I think they've added since the start of the game, and I'm extremely hyped for it. So let's take a look at Epic Flan's story and not story, preview, and holy. So cool!
Not that it matters. You'll be on my side once we're finished.
I love the VA. Love it.
You haven't seen anything yet.
It's so good. Kelly Ohanian. I actually don't know who that is. Ooh, I paused at a good screen. So let's take a look at some kits here. I love her line. I want to try to find her skill 3 line so we can look at it together here. But let's take a look at her walking animation, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but her sitting animation is 10 out of 10. I love her sitting animation. It's so good. It is so flipping good. So these are her stats here. Is my head in the way? No, it's fine. So 1k attack, 5700 health, 585 defense, pretty good defensive stats. Little low HP, but overall fine. 115 speed, 30% base effectiveness. And she's got an effectiveness, imprint concentration, and attack percent AoE. So we can gather she's a debuffer, which she absolutely is. So this is her skill 3 here, and her skill 3 drives a hard bargain against all enemies, making them unhealable and decreasing defense for 2 turns on a 5-turn cooldown. So it is a massively long cooldown. 3 souls is pretty big for it though, which is great. And to note with this does not do damage, so this is not going to be affected by elemental disadvantage, and it's not going to be able to miss. So you're not going to hit Moonlight Dreamblade with this. You're not going to get you're not going to hit this into Charles, for example, and get countered. You're not going to hit this to Charles and get elemental disadvantage miss, which is fantastic. That is the biggest bonus to her skill set. She seems like she's plopped in place to kind of handle stuff like MLDB, right? So that is pretty cool. And I want to see her skill 3. Listen to her voice line here. I love this voice line. I love how she does that. I know your secret. It's so cool. It is so flipping cool. I'm really happy with that. So let's look at a couple other things here. This is her skill 2, which is Data Monopoly. This encourages an ally increasing critical hit damage for 2 turns and increases their CR by 30% up to 40% with Mola Goras. 3-turn cooldown, so you can cycle this one pretty quickly, but to note, this is a great buff, but it is gonna be hard to use IMO. We'll talk about it after, actually, once we go through all the skills. But this is just like a mini Oxlot's mini lot style thing. And then her final skill is a 50% chance to dispel a buff up to 70% chance, I believe 75% chance to dispel. And if you burn it, which is only 10 souls, which is great, it dispels 2 buffs from the target 100%. Can still be resisted though. Okay, so that's her kit. So I want to talk a little bit about this. I might do an entire video on it tomorrow once I have more time to think. But the initial reaction to people on the stream was she was OP and amazing and overpowered, but I'm kind of skeptical. And if you know me, I'm not really skeptical very often, and there's a few reasons for this. One is she does not have a useful burn. Something like Tywin is only really good because of his burn. His burn just makes Tywin work. Flan does not have a useful burn. You're not gonna use a burn on her first turn. You're not gonna use a burn on her second turn. It just basically doesn't exist, right? Like if you're ever using this communication breakdown burn, you've probably already won or lost the battle at that point, because it's turn 3 in and you're using somebody who opens up with defense down on everybody. I also don't think she's going to be too great for the current PvE modes we have, simply because she doesn't have a debuff for Wyvern or anything like that. Her skill 3 is on too long of a cooldown. I just don't see her being useful there. But the good news with her is she will match pretty well against stuff like Rylet and Avildred, stuff that dodges, right? Because we do have a skill 3 that doesn't hit targets, which is a pretty good boost. So overall, I'm concerned about her kit because I feel like a kit like this needs a burn. It's the same thing as Mui, right? Mui just kind of needs a burn. But her artifact is Unseen Observer. I'm going to summon for her for sure. She's not limited either. So her artifact has a combat readiness increase by 10% and also acquires 10 souls. I really, really, really love this artifact. I think this is great. And also you can use this on your Flan to get an extra 10 souls as well. Kind of use her as a pseudo Tagael's Tome user. But whatever you're doing after that kind of has to be fast as well. So maybe you'll use her and somebody else really fast and then go into whatever's next after. I love the cross leg. Look, that's too much for me. I can't handle that. Get it off the screen. So yeah, that is Flan there. Unsure right now on her. I will be summoning, but I'm not sold on Flan yet. So let's switch into some other cool things we have to show. Okay, so on to what they showed us during the Twitch stream. A bunch of really cool things here. You notice not going to be centered perfectly. Deal with it. It'll take me too long to fix it. I kind of want to get this out. So these are the buffs. We already know all of these things that are happening. I'm most excited for Landy and Cerise. Obviously, those are awesome. But I'm also going to be pretty happy about the Maya. So that is pretty good here. We also have the new gear coming. Hard to see, sorry. Maybe we can make it a little bigger. A little teensy tiny bigger. This is a pretty good set of gear. Counter set is amazing. I'm really happy with it. The ring, personally, on the right side there is my favorite. I love it. But they did kind of the same thing they always do, and they put effect resist on all of the DPS pieces. So, for example, the ring, the neck, the boots, or the boots and the neck are both DPS, yet they sit there with their ER there. The ring itself is fantastic, but it also has the crit chance, which isn't exactly ideal. I'd rather have that be defense percent, but you could still use it for bruisers. The boots have potential to be fantastic as well. The chest has potential as well. Pretty much perfect or close to perfect stats. And it's kind of funny, right? Because this is the piece that wants effect resist. Like, I'd rather have health, defense, speed, ER here, and crit damage on any other piece. It's kind of weird how they decided to do that. And the helm is probably the worst piece by quite a bit, but you can still get lucky with it. And the weapon is not so great either. It's not bad. There's just no crit damage. Actually, the weapon's pretty good. The weapon's pretty good. It's just low rolls to start off with, which is the same for all of them. As for order to buy them in, I'm going to buy the ring, then the neck, and then I'll decide from there. I'll probably buy the weapon because I know I'm missing weapons. And what's next here? What is next? How come I can't find the layers? Come on. There we go. Okay, we're back. So Faithless Lytica skin here. We've already known this one. There's probably a video out on it now if you want to see it. Pantsless, wow, really pantsless Lytica there. Not the best skin either. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it is what it is. Free skin, you can't argue. We're also getting drop rate up for Vildren and Sword of Summer Twilight. And Sword of Summer Twilight is right here. When using a skill that targets all enemies, penetrates target's defense by 10%. Also, when it defeats an enemy, increases all combat readiness of allies except for the caster by 10%. So, I have a question here, and that's if you kill multiple enemies if you boost more than 10%. I'm not sure on that. And I'm not sure on this artifact. I feel like MLDB is just too good. And Alexa's Basket is just too good, right? So I'm not entirely sold on the this artifact either. Like, I can't really think of who I'd rather have on it over one of the others. So maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe there's somebody it's super suited for. Pavel. Pavel Dux Noctis, right up. Cool. Yeah, Pavel, cool dude. Not much to say. And this is the best change I think they've added ever. I'm so unbelievably stoked for this. I didn't capture all of the screenshots. I tried to capture every one I could. But basically, they're adding new achievement systems to Dagger Sicar. And don't be confused that it's in the reputation, because it's not working at all like a reputation. It's more like an achievement system. And it is so cool. It looks so fun. So these are the types of things we'll get here. So Asthmatic Hunt 13, clear with 4 starting 3-star grade heroes on the team. Wyvern 13, clear with 3 knights on the team. Golem 13, clear with 2 or fewer heroes. So these are all just like insanely fun things that I am so excited to do. I cannot wait for this. And then a Mage and Thief's Bond, clear with 2 Thief heroes and 2 Mage heroes on the team. And the rewards are pretty great too. Obviously they're one time only, but this is going to be a reason to build different units and explore and have fun. I'm so excited for this. This is by far the coolest thing that they've done so far, IMO. And there's a ton more here. We also get some emotes, which is super exciting. We also get some more stuff here. So for Charon's Memory Fragment, if you score 6 million points, you get some stuff here. So just a bunch of other cool things as well. To showcase there. There's some more stuff. Score more Molagora as well. Everything fantastic. This is for the Blooming Snag Lich, the expedition. Score a certain amount and you get a bunch of rewards. And then some more clear without any ranger or thief heroes on the team. So good. I love this. I love this. I love this. So good. And then 10 times multi-summon is coming, which I am not a big fan of. I've always been the type of person who wants to pull one at a time. And for a couple of reasons. 1, 8-minute videos, LOL, just kidding. But not just kidding. Number 2, 10 time multi-summon makes them go too fast. I know a lot of people like that, but I don't. You don't get to summon enough to really like want them over quickly, you know? And the thing with 10 time summons is usually they're good because you get something extra. So your 10 times summon will cost 45 instead of 50, or you'll get a guaranteed 4-star, but there's nothing like that. It's just straight up 10 single pulls. So a lot of people happy about this. I'm indifferent. World Arena improvements. There's going to be a bunch of UI stuff that I didn't fully understand because it was all not in English, but the part that does matter is you will no longer be able to see people's names. And this is something I'm really against as well. I don't like that that's a thing, you know? Like, I like knowing who I'm fighting against. I think it builds community. I really enjoy it. Like, I like knowing that that's that person with that insane gear, you know? And I think this takes away a lot of it for me. Maybe in the highest levels of competition, it helps. But, like, maybe it helps the top, like, 0.5% of people or something. But it's definitely something I'm sad about. I like it when I do RTA and people message me saying they bought me. You know, stuff like that won't happen anymore. So just some more of that. Help UI improvements, I like this. It shows all the buffs as well. Just a ton of quality of life stuff. They are killing it with the quality of life. More quality of life here, making it easier to show plus 15 stuff and make it easier to sort and sell stuff. They definitely worked on that quite a bit. This is a big problem for somebody like me. I have really bad eyesight, so I have trouble scrolling. So while this doesn't look like a big change, it's actually pretty big for me. It helps less strain on my eyes, and I'll be able to find stuff easier. There's also the best change, part 2, sort by friendship. I'm a huge friendship farmer now, so now we can sort by friendship. That's all I'm going to sort by now. I'm so excited for this. Got to get everybody up to 10. We then have the Flan drop rate with her Unseen Observer. Yep, we already know about that. How to be a sister. Yep, we know about that. Mystic Summon rotation. Next one is going to be Meg Chloe and A Cartuja. I'm hoping for a Meg Chloe buff before this banner gets here, which is probably not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen at all, but I'd really like to see a Meg Chloe buff because I don't think she's as good as she once was, and I think she's got a lot of problems now. And finally, coin shop rotation, Yufine, Judge Kisei, and Iseria. By the way, if you have no coins like I do, you still cannot see the shop. I just want to see it. Just let me look, you know, let me window shop. So yeah, anyways, that's going to be everything for now. Pretty happy with this patch. I'm indifferent on Flan. I love her design, don't get me wrong. I love her VA, but I'm uncertain on her skill set. It's something I'm going to have to figure out. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, let me know what you think about all of these things. I am so excited for the Dagger Sicar rep, and I will talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.